Thursday. Oh, it flopped me back.
Yeah, what the heck?
Well, there.
Assume the position.
I just like being in the left corner.
I'm not used to being in that corner. It's okay.
I know, it's weird. Hello, everyone. It's Thursday, and sorry, we're 2 minutes late. I apologize. Damn it! I got to shut that thing off. There.
It's one of those nights.
Yeah, he's had a whole thing.
Okay, there. Hello from Chicago and Vegas and Idaho and Raleigh.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I gave up on just trying to figure out like who to invite, so I just like screw it. I'm just inviting everyone every week. I don't care who shows up. I'm tired of because it makes me feel like a jerk.
Yep.
You should have a guest on every week.
That'd be cool.
Maybe I would rather
If they suck, we can just turn them off.
talk about feeling like a jerk.
I mean, if they suck, nobody's going to complain.
Yeah.
Except for that person.
Well, that's their problem. Don't suck.
Greg, you are the weakest link. Bye-bye.
Well, I was always the weakest link. I was like third string.
I have made it very
Greg
clear.
doesn't say annoying stuff though, so he's good.
I'm happy being on the B team.
I mean, yeah. Actually, Autotech Nick is going to come do a collab with us when he visits for F1.
Nice.
Oh, cool.
So that'll be fun.
We're not
I'm
sure
looking
what we're
forward
going to do yet, but something cool, hopefully.
Yeah, we'll figure out something. Oops. Yeah. It's hard to know. Like, yeah, I mean, having someone that no one knows is a challenge because they could be really interesting or they could be really annoying, and you just don't know. Versus, like, everyone here is a known entity.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know.
Yep.
I would absolutely consider bringing him on the live. That would be totally fine. Yeah, there's a lot of YouTubers that I'm fine with bringing on the live because I at least either know them or know how their content goes. But like random people is challenging because, again, it's not that it's like someone might come on here and I might really like them as a person, but they might really suck for entertainment value and for the general public and stuff. So,
Yep. Especially when it's like a video on your channel, like you'd have to like delist the video then, and
right, and that's the thing. Like we have 9+ years of videos, and I kind of want to keep it curated to what I want. And if someone, because we have had videos in the past where we've had guests, and I was really displeased with how it went, and it's kind of like, oh, man.
Yep.
Like that's all you can say, right? Scott, no new car yet?
Well, I do have some news. I've been gone a few weeks, obviously, but the check from Haggerty arrived today.
Nice.
So,
Scott,
Wow.
I know you're probably going to not like say no to this, but I drove the Z06 home, and that car is amazing for how much it costs.
So I saw that short. I saw the short of it, and I picked up the phone to text Dan. I was like, I'm not gonna bother him right now about it. Or at least wait till the money arrives.
For that money, you cannot get any better. I mean, it's ridiculous.
After the show, you can tell me what you're gonna let it go for. Maybe we can chat a little bit.
Yeah, you should consider it because it's.
I have to say, it is the most Ferrari GM product I've ever been in.
So I can tell you one thing. I personally did not like the C8s, but the Z06 styling I do like. But I always thought that if I had one, I would at least paint the side blades the same body color. And that's exactly.
If you didn't know, John bought the black 458 that we put in the short last week.
And he's still not regretting it, I think, so that's good.
Dude, that 458 got so many people that wanted to buy it. It was, geez.
It was the spec. Like,
I mean, I think that's the thing is when you get one that's got like all the good options, everyone wants it. So in hindsight, if we get another one that's got all the options, it's going to be like $20,000 more. Zero regret. We totally undersold that car because we were like, oh, it's black on black. No one wants black on black. But then we were clearly wrong because everyone wants black on black. when
Nobody
it's all
wants a
the-
black 430 or 360. They want a black 458.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
I think with all the options that car had, it honestly wouldn't matter what color it was.
Right.
Yeah.
Somebody
Yeah.
would buy it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if it would have been like something awful, like, British Racing Green on a Ferrari, which just is like a tragedy.
I think John would have bought that.
Well, he might have, but
Yeah, it had the carbon seats.
yeah, there is. I mean, the ZR1's coming out, but the ZR1 is not that flat
The
plane crank.
ZR1's turbo.
Yeah, it's
It's
not.
not going to
flat plane
sound. I
crank.
swear to God, that car, the Z06 outside, you hear it start outside, and I swear it's a 458.
It sounds almost like. Did you notice like even the shifting, the way it pops?
So the shifting is way better in the Z06 than a 458. Way better.
I would hope
It
so.
does have
after-
those burbles and stuff on the downshifts and whatnot. Yeah, it's just like it. Like it, they did a really good job of copying it.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, that spec is crazy nice.
The
This
problem, I mean,
Ferrari
the
spec.
thing about the ZR1 over the Z06 is they're more than double.
Yeah, that's stupid.
I mean, the Z06 is plenty fast and plenty fun, and it's got that sound that's just glorious.
Yeah.
That is the best sounding American car I've ever been in. Period.
I think
Except for my
if you give it a few years, maybe they'll do a Z06 with the ZR1 Aero to
Yeah,
refresh.
that would be cool.
That would be good.
That'll be the one if that happens.
But isn't
Especially if
C9
it's like if you could pick one up for $100,000 or something. I mean, that's just crazy.
yeah.
Yeah.
They're producing, like, they're obviously getting ready for C9s. Like, they had that concept at Quail this year. So
We're probably 2 years from that, and then we're probably another 3 or 4 years from a Z06 version.
yeah.
Yeah. I'm impressed with it. I mean, yeah, you're right. I'm selling it because I think it's a really good car. If there was a way that we could consistently make good money on those, I would buy them all day long. The problem is that there's no margin. Like even that Z06 that we have, we're not going to make that much money on it. Like nowhere near what we can make when we buy Ferraris at the same price. It's just you can't. And unfortunately, they're depreciating right now, which sucks. So
I'm shocked someone dumped it with such low miles. I mean, someone must have made
Yeah.
a terrible mistake. Like whatever their
Uh,
situation.
Well, the guy that got it, he custom ordered it and just decided he didn't like it for whatever reason.
but
Strange.
it's still pretty close to MSRP.
But it's less. But yeah,
It's less, but it's not like dramatically less. It's not like when you go out and buy like a I don't know, BMW 5 Series, like or something like that, or no, I should have said Maserati anything.
There
Right.
you go.
I don't want to say I don't like saying prices in videos because then people watch the videos later and they're like, oh, whatever price. So, if you're really interested, send us an email. We'll probably try and get it on the website next week because right now we kind of stopped trying to take any pictures of anything this week because the shop is under construction and everything is dirty. Like it's just impossible to keep anything clean. So we just gave up. We're like, nope, screw it.
Yep.
Does the ZR1 have a flat plane?
Yeah,
It's
just
pro-
for,
I think it's a 488 copy.
Oh, okay. I was wrong. Never mind.
Yeah, but it's still turbo.
488.
So it's
488 copy, then an SF90 copy
Yeah.
for the X.
Well,
Still got
I mean,
the turbos on it, which choke it out a little bit. I mean, the sound anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that's right. It does. Yeah, the ZR1X is the E-Ray plus ZR1.
Right, that's the SF90 copy, like Greg
Yeah.
said.
Or the new Testarossa copy. We
Oh
can
Lord,
segue
Speaking
Is
to-
that a real thing or is that AI generated?
No, it's a real thing.
it's
Really?
real.
It
Yeah.
looks AI, doesn't it?
I mean,
I like the outside, except for some of the pointy bits. But man, the interior. Why'd they copy Chevy? Like, it's
Did
so
they?
bad.
Right.
It
I
looks
didn't-
like it.
Got a girder running right
Yeah.
down.
Did they?
so is it going to be a car that
No.
nobody can get, or is it something that's going to be mass produced?
It's an SF90 replacement.
Replacement.
So if you
Yeah.
want to take some depreciation, it can be yours.
849 Testarossa.
Yeah.
Huh. It
It
looks
They
looks
like
really,
90.
Yeah.
they're
It's like
naming
an
it-
F-Type, a Corvette, and a cheap Chinese car had a three-way for the
I
interior.
personally was not.
The front
I think
looks
the
very
car looks
retro.
okay, but why'd they call it a Testarossa?
Yeah.
That was like that to me is just Ferrari
It
trying to
doesn't have
milk.
a V12 or a 12-cylinder boxer
No.
engine, does it?
Nope.
It's really doing that name a disservice. I was thinking about how like the Daytona could have been called the Testarossa,
Yeah.
and the and the 12-cylinder could have been called the Daytona.
Right.
And then this could just be the SF100 or whatever,
Yeah.
But the current Daytona has way more in common with the Testarossa than this thing does.
Yeah.
So what does the 849 mean?
8 cylinders, 490 cc's displacement.
4.9.
Is that what it is?
Yep.
Okay. It's a 4.9.
No,
Really?
I think someone said it's per cylinder. I don't know.
Oh, 490 cubic centimeters per cylinder.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. Because I was say, I thought it was a 3.9.
It says 4-liter.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
4. So they took the 3.9 and like modified it a tiny
Yeah,
bit.
bump it up.
So
That's their current.
it's a plug-in
platform.
hybrid, so who cares?
At least when Lamborghini did the Countach, that heinous thing they came out with, it looked
Oh.
like a Countach. They really threw it. I mean, they overcorrected, but at least it paid homage to it. This thing is just what? You can't
They
even see
didn't
the
learn.
redhead.
They
You
didn't
can't even
learn
see that.
to not make a hybrid. I mean, maybe they have to because of EPA, but I doubt it.
Well,
Yeah.
at some level, they're probably stuck with the build plan and the strategy
Yeah.
a bit before they can transition.
Yeah.
But I mean, I agree with BB's comment. If they had made a 12-cylinder mid-engine car, right, kind of done what the Revuelto did, if you keep it a hybrid, that'd be a
So-
lot more appealing than another SF90.
Basically, since Pininfarina left,
Yeah. Their
Yeah,
in-house
the front-
stuff is
The front
'Cause
doesn't
it's-
look good. I don't
like
like it.
the 48 looks great, but it's basically a 458.
Yeah.
And I will say the F8 actually looks really good, but that was the first time they rammed the same platform 3 times, and so I felt like they just got lazy.
I like the 296. I think it looks good.
I love the look of the 296, but I think they
Yeah,
missed.
I'm in the opposite boat. I don't like the 296. I think
I
it doesn't look like a Ferrari to me.
I can't get there either.
It does not
Yeah.
look like a Ferrari.
Yeah, the special cars, is like BB is saying here, the SP3, the Monza, they've done well with all of those cars.
Oh yeah, those are always. I mean, especially the SP3s, freaking awesome looking.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, SP3 is the best. Well, typically the special versions look better than the base cars. Typically.
I mean, I think the 488 Pista is the biggest
Oh.
example of that. Like the Pista looks so much better than a regular 488.
Yeah.
It's not
Well,
even
Pista
close.
just looks amazing.
Yeah.
That could be like the best looking Ferrari in the last decade.
And that's
But,
why
I mean,
$750,000.
yeah, right. For a mere 750 grand, you too can own a Pista.
Yeah, these are special.
Well, that's a totally shift gears, but I guess shifting gears. We actually have a lot of cars in the shop right now. It's kind of strange. We went from nothing to now the shop is nearly full and there's more on the way. So we're actually going to run out of space. It's going to be interesting. So we've, but for some reason, all of a sudden, we're just 360 shop. Like everything we got is a 360. So we have 3 360s for sale. And then everything else is like a lot of consignment cars. We have the Audi TTS consignment car, got the Porsche Cayenne, got the Mustang GT500. We have a pending deal for another consignment car, but I'm not going to talk about it because it's not in stone yet. And then we might be buying another 360.
Oh yeah,
Nice.
that 360 is going to be cool.
I want that one bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a very, very rare spec, very low miles, factory gated manual
With the buckets?
with the buckets.
Ooh, dang.
Yeah,
All right.
Moonroof.
it's
No.
a spider, unfortunately.
It's the only reason I would never buy it.
Yeah,
Hello. I see. Oh, I see you're all happy after that. What?
You say surprise?
Surprise? You wanna say hi to everyone? Here. Say hi.
Hi.
Hey, dude.
Can you
That
say
energy. The energy.
hi, Adrian? No, don't hit keys. Oh, I don't even know. He just hit something. It did something.
No, Bubba, stop.
It said marker created.
Morning.
What?
Good morning.
It's good. Good night.
Good night.
Good night, buddy.
Good night.
Good night.
Okay, go to bed.
See you, dude.
Go to
Come to bed.
He just did the legs collapse thing.
Okay, let's go watch TV.
Oh man. Did I miss anything in the shop? I think that's everything, right? Because everything else is getting
that
worked on.
Charger.
Oh, the Charger. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The giant boat. Dude, that thing is the biggest car ever. It is so large. I actually did a review of it today. It is large.
What spec is it?
It's a 1966 Dodge Charger with a 383 frame off restoration. Like the underside of the car is like you could eat off of it. It's so clean.
Nice.
So it's actually the same person who owned the Z06 and 2 other cars we've had in the shop recently.
Oh, wow.
So total repeat customer. But he's like, I just got to get rid of it. I have too many cars. And we were like, that's probably a perfect Mecum car. And he's like, great, send it to Mecum. We're like, all right. So,
Dang.
Heck yeah.
yep.
The coaster still hanging in there?
I got the coaster. Yeah, Casey shows up once in a while. Dude, yeah, literally, you could set up like a tent in the trunk. It's so big. It is like if the mafia wanted to dispose of many, many bodies.
That's the car to have, except that it's
Yeah.
bright red and flashy and loud.
True. It was funny because after I did the review of it, I got back to the shop and I'm like, I gotta watch Bullet.
Oh, yeah.
So I just had to watch the chase scene. I was like, all right, I gotta watch the chase scene.
Nice.
It's funny because you look at that chase scene and you're like, man, driving that big Charger around like really fast like that has got to be sketchy as hell.
Yeah.
Especially back then with like the tires and crap
Mhm.
technology they had. I mean, oof.
I think that
Okay.
Charger lost 17 hubcaps during that chase.
Dude, yeah, and they kept coming back.
Yeah.
I was watching that and I was like, oh yeah, there's one. Like every time it turned a corner, hubcap, shoo, and then they'd magically reappear. You're like, whatever, movie.
Those are the days.
Yeah. Well, and like I love how like it just like randomly gets nudged off the road and like hits a gas station and explodes.
Yeah. Those car chases back in the 70s, what made them so cool was the body roll.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, dude, the
I
thing,
mean, they were listing around the corners every time they turned. Made it so
it's
much more
basically like
dramatic.
up on 3 wheels going around the corner. I think it was pretty cool that if I remember correctly, that movie Steve McQueen actually drove the Mustang.
Yeah.
Like that wasn't stunt person or anything. That was real footage of him actually driving. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But let's see here. Scott, no numbers, but was that 430 an investment? I mean 360?
No, I wasn't really an investment. I bought it to drive it. But the flood took it. I did get paid more than I had it insured for more than I actually bought it for. So, in that respect, it turned out okay. Not amazing, but okay. But no, I was planning on, I drove the wheels off of it when I had it.
Heck yeah.
I don't feel bad about it in that regard. I mean, I went on a rally and I think I gained about 500 rock chips on the front because I was just dogging it with everybody else, so I feel good about that at least.
Yep.
You had proper use.
Yeah. I had a good time with it.
Oh, hey Greg, what was that event? I saw your car pictured at some event recently. There was
the one at Coda.
Was that at Coda?
Well, yeah, this weekend was the World Endurance Championship at Coda. So the Exotics Network had a big parade lap and car meet at the Turn 11 condos.
That's what it was, the Turn 11 condos. Okay, because I didn't recognize the location.
Yeah, I mean the condos there are beautiful, and they gave free tickets and free hospitality, so it was a pretty good event for one of theirs. But I will say the amount of shame I felt for owning my Lamborghini amongst that crowd of people being their Aventadors was unbelievable. Like, just so ashamed of myself. And like the whole weekend was this, dichotomy of, on Saturday, Josh, John, Loper, and I, we went on a great drive. Drove the STO because it was already dirty, and like the STO is just so great on the road, so exciting. So it's like all the way up here. I'm like, this car's amazing. Then the very next day, oh my God, how can I own this car? It's so embarrassing. I'm associated with these people. It's so terrible. Just
Damn.
pretty
I
rough.
bet the license plate was a hit.
A few people like the license plate. Also, that brought another level of shame.
No, glory, not shame. Glory.
Yeah, I mean,
But yeah.
did you go full Lambro and sit there?
No, but I almost lost it laughing because an Aventador had to turn on the hazards on the main straight at Coda during the parade lap, and it was stopped there for a second, and I got so excited that it maybe broke down at the World Endurance Championship because it just revved itself to oblivion. But unfortunately, it got back going because that would have delayed the real race start if they had to drag some Aventador.
Oh, dude,
That would have
That
been
would have
great.
been amazing.
that would have been hilarious.
But yeah, but, I mean, they were just all over the rev limiter. It was pretty bad.
Yeah, that
That
video
is-
John sent was obnoxious.
Yeah,
Oh, were they just revving like crazy and stuff?
just flat against the hard limiter, all the way up and down the main straight.
Yeah.
You know,
Imagine 50 Lamborghinis just on the rev limiter at the same time.
God.
49.
Oh,
No.
sorry.
That's,
Oh, yeah, sorry.
that's embarrassing. I would be
Yeah.
embarrassed. I'm embarrassed for you.
Yeah,
The more and more I hear people smacking the rev limiters everywhere they go, the more and more I'm just like,
This is great. That and then this.
yeah, right.
You left
That's
off the
actually-
Gloucester girl, though, Greg. Come
yeah.
on.
And then on Tuesday, another woman said how pretty the car was, which
What?
never happened in the Ferrari.
so weird.
It's the weirdest ownership experience I've ever had.
So that's totally not true. We actually know of someone who blew up on Aventador smacking the rev limiter. I'm just sad I wasn't there for that.
Right?
That is one of my all-time top, I want to see it happen one day moments. I will try and be grateful and not be an asshole in the moment, but my God, when I get home,
No, you won't.
I am just gonna in the moment I'll be like, oh man, that's awful. Damn, that sucks. But when
You'll
I
have a
get home, I'm
shitty
like,
grin on your face.
it was the best thing ever.
That'll be a great live that week. The coverage for Car Week, you could hear almost every video someone would take with some douche hitting it,
It's
at a stop
always-
sign
it's
or
like
whatever.
literally always the Aventadors.
Yeah.
Yep.
I swear to God, I mean, and the thing is, they all sound identical. Doesn't matter what exhaust you put on it; they all sound the same. So it's just like, okay, and then shooting flames out of it, which I love. We've had. I'm not going to try and crap on anyone, but we've had people like ask us, "Hey, can you tune the car to have it shoot flames?" And we're like, "Well, no." Like, "Oh, you can't?" We're like, "No, it's not that you can't; it's that we won't." Well, why not? Like, because it's really not good for the car. Like, I'm not going to do that. Like,
I wouldn't want the liability.
yeah. I don't need you like purposely putting fuel into the engine in a manner it's not supposed to get it to shoot fireballs out of the back of the car. Like, not a good idea.
I wonder if Gintani and those places have like waivers you have to sign.
Oh yeah.
I bet.
I don't know. Not in that world, so
It
it makes
reminds me that
sense. Right?
it's like that video of the Aventador in like Dubai or whatever, revving the piss out of it, and then the back of it just catches on fire, and then they cut like 2 minutes later, and the whole car's engulfed, and you're just like, well, I mean,
Yeah. Whoops.
whoops, sent it a little too hard there, Chief.
The weirdest thing about it is I feel like everybody in this group, in our community, like we feel shame for owning cars that then have other people do the revving behavior and stuff like that, because we're like, oh, they have supercars, we have supercars, there's this association. But everybody else seems to love it. And I don't understand where it like that love comes from.
It is a weird dynamic.
I don't get it. Or why people flock to listen to it, because it sounds horrible.
Painful even.
Yeah. I don't know.
That's a
I
good
think
question.
It used to be like the thing, and now it's kind of dying, I think, because it's
Hopefully.
become too much the thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. That felt pretty good. And now it's all Porsches, GT3s.
Oh yeah.
Oh, they're doing it now?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that they like that rev limiter. I'd hate to see their DME readouts.
I haven't
What was
experienced
that?
them yet.
Yeah. There was that GT3 in Exotics on Broadway last time we were in Monterey that did that the entire way down. You remember that?
Oh,
He was just on the rev limiter for like 10 minutes straight. Dude, give it a break.
I mean, I'm interested in trying to make the boost shoot flames. Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
I mean, go old school hot rod and put the
What
flame
we're
kit.
going to have to do is put an igniter right by the
Yeah,
exhaust
igniter.
tip,
Yep.
and then have some kind of feed with a little fuel pump that can shoot a little fuel and then ignite it.
Yep.
Yeah.
They sell those kits.
Then you're
Yeah.
going to die in a fire in a Malibu, which is a good story, but maybe not a good result.
Yeah. I feel like
Didn't
that's a
Malibu-
high risk.
Didn't Malibu burn down a year or two ago? Was
Oh,
that wasn't Malibu. It was another part of California, right?
Palisade.
It was near Malibu.
yeah. How to end up in California prison?
You just once you hit the border, you stop. That's all.
Yeah. Right.
Texas, Arizona, they don't care.
Yeah. Right. True. Food and shit time.
If they would sponsor it, that would be amazing.
I mean, I'm all for it. Let's put on a super awesome exhaust on it, but it's still gonna sound like ass.
A full Inconel Malibu.
Yeah.
Just straight pipe it out the sides. Like we'll do side exit exhaust.
Yeah, just straight up to the roof.
Or
screw
fuck
it.
it, out the
Through
hood.
the hood.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we need a 6-into-1 headers.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
I-
You got a V6. You got a V6.
I bought my. If you guys didn't know, I bought a Boo. It's on its way. Well, actually, it was supposed to get picked up today, but there's some weird thing. Anyway, it'll be
course.
picked up and be here in maybe a week or two. I don't know. Whatever. It gets here when it gets here. It's like we bought the cheapest sketch ass shipping for it. So it's like whatever. It shows up when it shows up.
Yeah.
So
It'll be in Mexico before it gets here.
Wow, dude, who wants to take that to Mexico? They don't-
Right? It's not worth the
Send it
gas to transport it over the line.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, no. Damn straight. I got me the old 30. Is it the 3600 V6 or whatever it's called?
Oh yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
It's been a minute since I've looked at the Chevy V6s, but
It's a good engine.
oh yeah,
They're solid.
Just keep
I mean,
telling yourself that.
You tell yourself that was just about to say.
they were solid 15 years ago. I don't know about today.
Whatever makes you sleep better at night, my friend.
I mean, I could probably rebuild the whole engine for like $25. So, I mean,
There's
there's
that.
that.
Yeah.
Dan, is anyone else committed with a purchase of a boo yet?
I
That you
don't
know
think
of?
so. I don't believe so.
Oh, we still have a lot of time.
Sure,
Yeah.
sure. I know.
Still 10 months.
Josh tried to buy one, but it went
I
too
was
high.
really close to getting one, but it didn't work out. It said engine and transmission problems. I was like, I could probably replace those.
Oh, shit.
It was real cheap.
Dude, it was like brand new too, wasn't it? It was like
It was
2
like a
years old.
2022.
Whoa.
Yes. This is what you're looking for. This is what you
Yeah.
want.
Oh, Scott, we're set, man. Scott's my co-pilot, by the way.
Oh,
We-
is
we
he?
determined. Yeah. See, we're
Right.
pimping it.
In
You
the
need to
Malibu
fly.
Max.
You need to fly out. Oh, you told him it was a Max. I was hiding that.
Oh shit! Sorry.
Damn it. Yeah, I got another Max.
The Max is out of the bag.
I couldn't resist, man. I gotta have that. It's so ugly.
It's the ugliest car ever made, period.
How many X's are you going to have in the badge?
Yeah.
Oh,
We got to
dude.
add at least one more.
Yeah. At least one more.
I'm gonna go on eBay and buy some emblems and get the X's out.
You need to come fly out and help me paint this thing.
Yeah, I will count on it.
Okay. All right.
I
We
think
got to do some.
You
We got
gonna
to do
just
some
put
work.
it on the side of the building and spray paint it?
Literally, I'm just gonna drive it around back, throw it into the trench, and then paint it.
Nice.
You could get one of those battery powered paint guns from Harbor
Oh.
Freight.
Yeah.
Really?
Do a legit paint job on it.
Oh, dude, I didn't know they had a battery powered one. Like, hell yeah,
Yeah.
I'm in. Let's do it. I already have a paint scheme picked out, so
Nice.
it's gonna
We'll
be
keep
awesome.
We'll keep those cards close until it's closer.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's half the fun of it.
Mm-hmm. I mean, the
No,
dude.
did you know that they make lift kits for Malibus?
Oh yes, please.
What?
Dude.
They make them for those donk cars. Those guys that put those huge wheels on them, they have to be lifted up. So they make the lift kit for those. But you could put like mud tires on it or something. So I'm kind of
Oh,
leaning
dude.
towards maybe doing something like that.
Oh my
Safari-
god.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
do like a 3-inch lift with like 35-inch tires.
Dude. Yes. Yes.
Oh,
Have a
that's
spare differential for crossing the country
Yeah.
with that.
I think this is the right answer right there.
Oh
You
my
And I
gotta do
kind
it.
of like this idea too, the martini livery on it.
Yeah.
That would be pretty bad. I mean,
Do a
just because of where we're going,
that.
like Baja
John,
Boo.
John, you got dibs on the donk Malibu.
So have you guys decided? Are you guys teaming up, or anyone teaming up, or you're all
We haven't figured it out.
You haven't figured it out yet.
just because you're all committed, right? 100%. I mean, you're coming to Car Week.
I'm committed to Car Week. I need to figure out what I'm doing. I just spent a bunch of money, so we gotta.
You're buying a Malibu and driving with us. Is what
Yeah.
you're doing.
Yeah. It's $3,000, Greg.
So it is-
I know you've got $3,000.
I think the coolest livery would be the old BASF
Oh,
concentric circles. You know, the red
Very
with
cool.
the white. But who's got the patience to paint that? But
Yeah.
that seems complicated. That seems like a challenge.
I don't think our turbo spray cans are going to be able to handle that. So
No,
do
probably not.
something different.
No
Well,
excuses here, Hugh.
I mean, you can ship it down here and fly in.
Yeah.
Anyone who needs a boo, just tell us to find one, and we'll buy one, and you can just buy it from
I
us.
like
And
this idea.
Oh, that'd be badass.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I
Do a
like that.
trophy livery. Yeah.
Yes. Run the exhaust straight out of the hood,
Yep.
black out the chrome.
I love it.
Dang. That's dope.
Well, otherwise, what else is going on in the world, in car world? So we talked about the Testarossa, which seems like a universal not really excited.
Yeah.
It's met with a meh, I guess.
I want to see it in person.
Yeah.
I think it'll be good. I can't believe somebody's going to sign up for SF90 depreciation again.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that car is probably going to be 600 grand or something, if not
Oh, yeah.
more.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I
Probably
do have to
start
say,
at 600.
I don't like it. I don't like the way it looks. But then again, I didn't like the SP3 either until I saw one in person. Then I completely changed my perspective on it. So who knows?
Hmm.
Maybe I'll have to wait and see one. But right now, I'm severely disappointed with her.
It's fair.
I will say
They're not getting my money.
The 12 cylindry, when you see it in person, looks way better than it does in pictures.
It's nice.
Yeah.
Wheels Boutique down here in Miami, they have a kick in social media. They're always putting, great wheels on cars, special cars, and they have a 12 cylinder with like mesh BBSs on it. Crazy nice.
Dude, they missed the opportunity with the 296. They should have just called it a Dino.
Oh, 100%.
It's funny that
been...
they didn't. Now that they're totally fine using the name Testarossa
right?
for a regular series car. Like, what are the names special anymore? Just use them.
I feel like they just randomly are doing things now. It's like, you know what it is? They hired some dumbass marketing people that used to work for the Jaguar marketing team. And they're just like, oh, you guys had this Testarossa as a hot shit in the 80s. Let's do that again.
Yeah.
And had nothing to do with Testarossa.
I'm really shocked that they pulled that special name out like that for this car. What are you going to do?
Yeah. Yeah.
I bought a car today, so there's that.
Oh, you did?
Did you buy the Julia?
Yeah.
Nice.
Ah.
Don't sound so excited. Yeah.
Well, we had a little bit of an Italian issue after the paperwork was signed.
No.
So, it'll be a new experience for Alpha.
So it's not here?
No, it gets shipped in probably end of week next week.
So it already broke?
Complete total electronic failure.
The inspection went fine. Then paperwork got signed. Then, as everybody was leaving the place it's getting stored at until the shipper arrives, tried to move the car, and it had a weird surging idle all of a sudden. And through a code that was stored in it that went away. But it's basically a symptom of a low battery, and there's a service bulletin for it. But it's just like, of course, there's got to be something because it's an Alpha. It's great. But,
Right. I totally agree with this statement. Ferrari is just doing all sorts of random crap because they've lost their way. I feel like ever since they went public,
Yeah, that's it.
Just
They're doing
dump
things for
dump
shareholders,
their
not-
marketing team and hire some people that know what they're doing. Well,
Car
we
guys.
do
Enthusiasts.
the job.
Yeah.
All five of us, Ferrari can hire us, and we could do a better job than what they're doing.
They
Oh,
just
yeah.
need a group of car guys.
I'll move to Italy for that.
Oh, I'm in.
Greg, by all accounts, that Alfa Romeo Giulia is an amazing car. I'm
Yeah.
a little bit. Like, I don't think I've seen a review or anyone talk about it in a negative light.
Yeah, no, I'm really excited about it. I've talked with Josh actually a lot about it because like what originally put me down the path was Chrysler and Mopar will sell you a factory warranty on a used car. Like they'll sell you like a 5 to 8 year warranty. And so you can get like an old 2017 Giulia, get it inspected, and then they'll put a 5 to 8 year factory back warranty on the car for a pretty reasonable amount of money. And
Isn't
so
that crazy?
originally I was going to try and find a cheap 2017 because you can get them for 30, 35 grand. But eventually, as I did a little bit more research for what I wanted in the car, I wanted to have CarPlay. I wanted the rear seats to fold down. I wanted some of the other like quality improvements that happened. So that kind of pushed me into a newer car. But with that car, I'll still get an extended factory warranty till 2031 for
Wow.
5. And it's refundable. So if you don't use the warranty, you get all your money back.
Damn. Okay.
That's
Now
nuts.
now you don't sound so dumb. Sorry,
Yeah.
I was about to like give you a bunch of shit.
Don't worry, I had the exact same reaction when he explained it the first time.
Like,
Like,
when you
why
showed
would you
me-
ever?
When you held up the picture, I had to really try hard not to be like, oh, well, that was dumb.
Yeah.
Well, there is 100% some dumb to it, but it's like
Right.
I've had an M car before. I wanted to have something different, and it was like, well, I like Italian cars generally, so it's not going to be my only daily car, so I don't have to worry about it if it does break a little bit, So it kind of
There's definitely all the car manufacturers are kind of reaching back into their history and pulling out stuff, and sometimes they hit home runs. I feel like the new Bronco, new old Bronco, whatever. I think that looks perfect. Like Ford spot on, but then in the same thing, Ford totally screwed up calling the Mach-E a Mustang.
Yeah.
So it's like, I feel like a lot of the car companies aren't like, they're hiring non-car people who are just like, oh, dollar signs. They don't look at like enthusiasts and what enthusiasts care about. And so I just feel like, because the reality is, like, I think if you cater to the enthusiasts with naming and styling and whatever, it's still going to trickle into the normals who just buy the car because they want a car.
Yeah.
So, like the Bronco, making a cool Bronco, like the Bronco Raptor and all that stuff, the enthusiasts are like, hell yeah. And then the regular people are like, oh, I'll buy a Bronco base model and it's a Bronco.
Yeah.
And whatever. I don't care. It's cool, I guess. Right? So...
Yeah. Well, did governments get smarter, or like when did car companies stop just lying? Like, oh yeah, we meet those rules. That's
Right,
only
yeah.
200 horsepower. Yeah, sure. They don't seem to cheat the rules anymore. They're just like, okay, we'll follow exactly what you say. Now, I know like VW got slapped with
Dieselgate
billions of
scared-
dollars.
People scare the hell out of them.
Yeah.
But it's kind of sad. Like, cheat the system a little bit, guys. Come on, have fun with it. Make
Yeah.
something that people want to buy and own.
They're hiring consultants coming from a worthless consultant.
Yeah.
I mean, look, the clearest example of this is Jag. Like, talk about like the world's greatest flub. I mean, you took the history of a wonderful brand that's got all this pedigree and shit, and you just threw it all out the window. It was literally like, let me find a way to alienate everyone who loves my brand in one quick instance. And damn, they did a good job of that. Because I don't think I know a single person who's a Jag fan who's like, oh yeah, let's go buy new Jags. And frankly, they were already kind of on the way out with all their electric
Nobody's
crap.
saying that.
Huh?
Nobody's saying that. Even people that used to like Jags aren't saying that.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
and then with their data hack that they're like, they shut down sales, they shut down service, they shut down plants. Like, that's bigger than they're saying. There's
Yeah.
something wrong there. You don't shut down everything for a hacker. Like,
Like, it's true. Just throw some
Yeah.
numbers and you're like, eh.
but then make sure you reverse a previous number. So 675, 765, just
Oh, yeah,
really
just
mess with people.
Really
Yeah.
confuse people. Yeah.
750, 570. Never thought about that. That's true.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't know about this. I like the F-Type.
I don't think it's aged poorly. Maybe the more modern ones did with the skinny headlights, but
Mm,
I don't know.
yeah. That's probably a good book. I'd probably like that book. I'll have to add that to my list of when I have time, which will be never, so I won't read it. But
Audiobooks, come on.
I used to read books a lot, but I don't have time anymore. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, pre-facelift Jag F-Type was great. Did a good job. Fun cars too.
It really was.
I like
It was
that car.
heavy, but it was fun.
Yeah, but it was still pretty small, and
Mhm.
it just that sound.
Oh yeah.
I mean, come on, could listen to that all day long. Just thinking about it makes me laugh. That's how much I like that sound. So we've gone over Corvettes. We got
Dan, what's happening with the 360?
which one?
My old one.
Oh,
Just shove it in the corner for another day.
yeah,
Got it stripped down to nothing.
Oh dang. All right.
yeah. We need to. Next step would be remove. We got to send out the transmission to see how bad it is.
Where would y'all send the transmission?
Apparently,
There's
there's
a
a
guy
guy.
locally that rebuilds them.
Oh.
We got a guy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's cool. That's good to know.
I mean, I think Super Performance is doing something cool, keeping the GT40s and
I
a
think
few
he's
other
talking
cars.
about your car.
Oh, if my car went away, I mean, it needs to. Yeah, I'll miss
it's
it.
always for sale, right?
It needs to go away. I should be using that money for the business, not for a toy. So I will be very sad to see it go. It's still my favorite car I've ever owned by far.
You got it back on the road yet, Dan?
I would have had it on the road today, except for I could not find the safety wire and the safety wire twister. I don't know where they went after the flood.
Yeah. Fair.
I know I have them. They're probably somewhere in the shop. When I got home tonight, I checked my house and they're not here. So they're definitely still at the shop because I would have. Whoa.
That was
was
my
that?
Alexa.
Oh, okay.
Good job.
Just to get
Um,
reminded about something.
Yeah, it's a reminder for the kids to do their chores.
Nice.
Yeah, this is true. Like 40s and 50s, family transportation, 60s, 70s, freedom for youth, 80s and 90s reverted back to basic transportation, 2000s German Power Wars, 2010 status symbol, 2020s all around performer. I feel like the 2020s are like you got like the horsepower wars where it's just like absolute insane performance, but then you got like the normal cars.
2020s is the stay relevant
Yeah.
Yeah,
era. Everybody's trying to stay relevant because the cars have gotten too good and too fast.
well, so for the fun cars, but like I feel like normal cars is just all like just photocopy an SUV and rubber stamp it,
The
right?
crazy thing is like a Kia looks the same as a new Mercedes in the interior now.
Oh,
And a
yeah.
BMW and a freaking Toyota. They all look exactly. They all have big digital dashes and they're all exactly the same.
Yeah.
It's kind of sad.
What do you mean? Yes,
He's back.
Books.
I get books. You go get books.
Story time.
That worked. All right.
We talk about it often, but it's just a matter of time before they start doing something with a lower spec car. Manual transmission, no electronics, no battery. We talk about it all the time, but they've hit such a peak with horsepower, carbon
Okay,
fiber
take those from
technology,
home.
and such high ridiculous prices. They have nowhere to go but down.
Yeah. Well, Amazon is coming out with that car that you can buy for like
Slate.
what, 15 grand or something. The Slate.
Yeah. It's like
Oh,
I kind
yeah.
of want to order one and trick it out. It'd be kind of cool.
for a novelty.
Yeah.
I missed when they did like strippy performance cars.
Yep.
And those like those are like the sneaky ones that only like certain people knew. Were like, oh yeah, that's the actual
The
car.
funny thing is if they did that now, they would be worth more than the other regular ones, and the sticker would be less.
Yeah.
Nobody would want them.
Oh well.
Yep.
There's really not a whole lot that's exciting me that's coming out in the last decade.
I need a new daily in the next year.
Oh.
You ready to
And-
dump the Defender?
Well, it'll be 6 years in next year. Like
Mm.
It's about time. It's a Land Rover. It's about
Yeah.
time.
You pushed it.
next week is year 5, like full year 5. Starts year 6.
Tyler, I've got it. Stelvio Quadrifoglio.
Oh,
Notice how he
Join
froze
us.
up right there when he said that.
Yeah, that was perfect for an alpha product.
yeah, your internet's even alpha there.
It knows. It knows.
Yeah.
Do you want
But
an
it's like
SUV
nothing
or
else.
something
Well,
different?
nothing's inspiring. Like
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you
Get
do?
something old. Get something cool and old.
I need it to be reliable though.
Are you only going around town or are you ever doing road trips?
Eventually there'll be road trips.
Okay.
Like, well, and the other thought is they should probably really get a truck. That way I could at least rent
Because I
a
was saying,
trailer.
Josh and I were just talking today. He's like, I need a truck. I'm like, dude, get an F-150 Lightning.
I don't know about that.
Well, for
I get
parking
the
around
hybrid.
town?
Yeah, get the hybrid though,
Mm,
Mark's got
because
a
then you
great
could
idea.
still tow and do stuff with it.
that's true. I guess
Tyler,
that's-
I really like the. I know this is out of left field, but I really like the new 4Runner.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
They
they're
do
pretty
good.
cool.
They do
Alright.
look good.
A TRD Pro 4Runner would be pretty badass.
Yeah,
you
all
could,
right,
you could
I'll check it
join
out.
me as a diesel bro.
Yeah, my brother's got one. He loves it. So
Dude, I love my truck, but I also use the shit out of it.
yeah,
If I didn't have to tow a bunch of crap with it, there's no way I'd buy that for a daily driver.
Yep.
Like,
Have y'all
I don't
seen
know.
the?
What's
Sorry,
that?
buddy. I said, have y'all seen that Grenadier?
yeah.
It's a little over the top.
For some
Yeah.
reason, I don't know why in my in my area, I see one at least once a week, not but multiple. Like there's a few around here. It's crazy.
They're so expensive.
Yeah.
And they break all the time. Like worse than Land Rover products.
I'm not surprised at all with how liberal California is. Those people don't want to have anything to do with cars.
Mm. What was the Leno bill?
It was he wanted to this is so ridiculous because it's already like this in most other states, but I think it was 35 years and older are exempt from emissions, and they said no.
Well, that makes sense. Okay.
35 years, I mean that's that's what, like a 1990 and older or something.
Yeah.
Have I had the Cummins on the track yet?
Yeah.
No.
Chip
Just
that
smoke-
thing and take it
smoking
out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Smoking out the grandstand.
Up that to
Actually-
1,000 horse.
Knock on wood, everything still functions, and I have no intention of altering it until something does break.
Yep.
That's what I told myself when I bought it. I'm like, I will keep it completely stock until something fails. Then I'll modify it.
EGR delete. Get better fuel mileage.
Basically, yeah. And that's the funny thing is I'm going to be one of the only people on earth that actually wants to do all that stuff just to get the mileage.
Yeah.
Not because I want to roll coal or get more power. It's already powerful enough. I'm totally fine with it. And I don't want it to be louder.
No.
That's the only problem is like if I do all the emissions delete stuff, it's going to get louder. So
Diesel trucks with exhaust don't sound good no matter what.
No.
They sound terrible.
I hate that sound. It's such a weird sound.
Yep.
Except for when they have like the turbo that's so big that all you can hear is the turbo. Okay, that's kind of
What's the mileage on your Defender, Tyler?
I bought it during COVID, right? It's 2020 model year, so I'm at 30,000.
It's still
So it's
pretty young.
low for 5-year car.
Yeah.
Considering I've put 6 on the Ferrari in a year.
It's worse.
Yeah, no, it's equivalent. I think
It's equivalent, yeah.
it's an
the
equivalent.
same-
It's equivalent activity.
It's equivalent of intellectual like default. There you go. I hate
Yep.
that so much. Like when you just it's like when you see that now, you just like I know exactly what that person is like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My favorite part is I had someone try to do that to me, and I still had the F-Type at the time. But we were at a light, and I heard him spoon up the turbo before the light turned green. And I was like, oh, because I had my windows down. I was like, you're not getting me. So I just floored it and got ahead of him. He was so pissed off.
Somebody
They
somebody
couldn't
tried
roll.
that to me today in my Tesla.
Ugh.
Of course.
And before they could even start to bellow out the smoke, I was like
Yep.
100 yards in front of it.
Yep. Like, not today.
Yeah, not today.
It's optional.
Oh, shit.
Love it.
That's awesome. I just, yeah, I don't.
Yeah. Well,
Anyway,
I also, here's the other dilemma for daily is I still want it to fit in the garage
yeah,
because we do get hail and stuff here. So
yeah. Well, my
Well,
truck
you're not
fits
gonna
my
buy,
garage,
like,
but
a
it's got a big
Suburban or
garage.
anything. You should be fine.
Have you measured the garage? Does it have big enough to fit a truck, or is it?
an extended cab or a super cab F-150 would be tight. I'd have to move shelves and stuff.
Yeah, I have to back in the truck so that the tailgate can go over the curb in the
Yep.
back of my garage, but I still have enough room to walk behind it or in front of it.
Mine would
But-
be that's it. It'd be dead.
Yeah, it's tight. Like I have a mark on the ground that I have to align my bumper at. Otherwise, it's like if it's off by 6 inches, it's like nope.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, dude, we're not the ones who chose to live up there. That's your
Yeah.
fault.
Yeah, that's all on you, bro.
That's your
Yeah.
fault, Abe.
There's a reason we
Hey,
live
I
in
love when people are proud of that. Like, why are you proud of that?
I like to suffer, and I'm going to
I
tell
like
you
to
I like to
suffer?
suffer.
Okay, cool.
I like driving roads all year round.
Right?
The colder it gets, the more he smokes. So it's
I
all
like
in there.
going out on the lake in
December.
December.
Speaking of, I haven't been out on the lake yet since it's like the levels back up.
Oh yeah. How is
We
it?
should go out sometime. We could take
Yeah.
my boat out.
Hell yeah. It's never been high since I've lived here, so I need to go.
Oh,
out there.
really?
Yeah.
It's nice right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there still a bunch of trash floating around in the water? Or is it
No,
kinda-
I went out this weekend and it's fine now. It's all
Oh,
clear.
okay.
All my water's still yellow though. That comes from the city.
Yes.
From
Same
all the
here.
crap.
Oh, really?
That's so gross.
Oh, that's gross.
Yep.
They
What's
claim it's safe.
They claim it's safe. Tastes fine.
Yeah, it tastes fine. Doesn't smell.
tastes fine?
Hell no.
I took apart like the filter for my coffee machine and like it's all stained yellow. So it's like
Ew.
I don't know what this shit is, but
Do you have RO or anything in your house, Tyler?
no,
You should do that.
I should. Well, I
Yeah.
don't even know where the water comes in because I don't have a water softener either.
Oh,
Well, you do RO underneath your sink in your kitchen
Oh, just do it directly there.
for
Yeah.
drinking water.
for drinking
Yeah.
water. That's what I do.
I just got a carbon filter for the drinking water. It's good
Yeah, I mean
enough.
the fridge has a filter in it. That's what I usually
Yeah.
use.
You is for you for
That's right. U is for universe. Can you take this to Mama though? Take it to Mama.
Tyler, it's probably Brondo.
It's probably Brondo. It's what the
What
plants
plants
crave.
Yep.
Yeah.
How is fitting a full size truck in a garage a status symbol though? I don't.
Because you got a big garage.
Well, but I think it's a Texas thing. Like the new Texas houses realize everyone has a truck,
Yeah.
so they're building the garages longer.
Hmm.
Because I think for a while there, everyone built like little dinky garages in Texas, and then cars got bigger. And hell, even just SUVs now barely fit in normal garages.
Yeah.
Yep. I mean, that was one of my requirements was I had people like drive around to houses and see if like nice cars could get in the driveway
Yeah.
because there's so many steep driveways in Austin.
Oh, dude. Yeah. My old neighborhood
Oh
Good
God,
Lord.
yeah. That one house is nuts.
across the street.
Yeah, it's like,
Yeah, they definitely didn't give an F when they made that driveway. They're just like, oh, well, whatever. Man,
move
I
to
love
Texas
my
there.
garage.
Yeah.
Shifting
That was
gears-
one of my
Okay.
requirements when we moved. I'm like, it must be 3-car garage, must fit a truck.
Yep. 3 was on the nice to have because they're so hard to find in closer to downtown. But
Oh, well, I was like, no.
Yeah.
If we're going to leave the city, we're not compromising on certain things.
yep.
Ironically, if I could do it over, there's still some things I'm like, damn it, I wish I would have done this or done this, but good enough.
Good enough. Yep.
Still pretty pleased.
Dan, have you had any interest in the GT500?
A couple. Someone wanted to trade in another GT500 on it, and it was a lower spec one with like 18,000 miles. So I pulled up the MMR on it and I offered them the MMR and they laughed at me. And I'm like, okay, well, sorry.
I feel like
How
most
much
things are trading above MMR right now.
What's that?
I feel like most things at auction are going above MMR. So he would have been lucky to have somebody offer it.
I watched the auction on yesterday. Yeah, yesterday. And there was a lot of stuff going. It's a lot of stuff going under, a lot of stuff going over, just depending on what it was. Normal cars are way over right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah. Everyone's stocking up because of tariffs and stuff.
Oh,
Some of the specialty cars were no sailing though. You
Yeah.
weren't bringing
Crazy.
enough.
Well, because they wanted the moon for a lot of the cars.
Yeah.
Like there was a Viper that I was looking at and I wanted to get, and all of a sudden like it was at a pretty reasonable price, and all of a sudden like, nope, it's too low, it needs to be this, and they bumped it up like $5,000. I'm like, well, now I'm not interested.
Did we see what that Speciale Aperta sold for?
I want to say it was 1.325.
Yeah.
in auction?
Uh,
Holy cow!
It's a lot less than people are listing them, but
Yeah.
Damn.
I know, right?
I like that wholesale Chad guy had like a bunch of pieces this week too.
He did. He had a couple. Wholesale
What if-
chat.
Bad.
Car,
I love that non-wholesale people know who wholesale chat is.
I wonder if Cario's piece of gamble paid off for him.
Oh, I'm sure they made much money.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? When I flew in to go look at the consultation car this last week, I was sitting there and I started schmoozing with the dealership that we were buying it from. And we had a 30-40 minute conversation about sketchy dealerships and what, and all this stuff. I can guarantee you know exactly who the first one they brought up was.
Yep.
Yeah.
And they're like the same thing as us. They're like, we won't buy anything from them. Absolutely
Mhm.
not. It's just a hard no matter what. And we're like, yep, we're in the same boat. Oh, yes. The ridiculous 360 Challenge Stradale.
Go, Greg.
That was the dumbest auction in recent history. We were just like, why?
It's a great idea. It's a great idea. We're going up.
It's,
For now.
Yeah.
We're going to the moon. It's here.
Till that
That is-
rocket
that
crashes
is
there,
the
but
dude, yeah,
Yeah.
the scuds are shooting up right now.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm pissed at myself. I should have held on to my car for one more year.
Yeah, you never know.
It's always.
I just think the Speciale cabal is expanding to get the others. And
Well, because they already made all the speciales go up. They made all the pistas go up. So what's next? Okay, apparently it's Challenge Stradales.
well, when I had that guy who was local who was offering to buy my car, I kept telling him, I was like, if you give me 400, I'll consider it. And he's like, well, the market's down here at 350. I'm like, the market's here for like a week. If you wait like just 2 more weeks, it's not going to be there anymore. And I got to be paid ahead of time because I got to try and jump to a Speciale at the same rate that they're running away from me. So I'm not going to sell unless, you're getting me ahead of it in line. But yeah, I was blown away by the CS auction. That was crazy.
oh yeah.
It made no sense.
But there were multiple bidders, and then, one guy just swept in and took it at the end. Very interesting.
I didn't actually watch the auction, but I just saw that you sent the final price to us, and I was like, "What? It wasn't even a good color,
No.
No.
Ugh.
and it's not like it was like super low miles. It had like 11,000 or something like that.
No, I think it was 5. I think it was a 5,000 mile car, something like that.
Was it only 5? Still,
Still.
Yeah.
that does not command a $300,000 premium.
But the Scud that went a week or two before was like 365, and it was 20,000 miles, silver with red stripes, kind of weird,
Oh,
So I'm waiting to see when a real red with silver stripe car goes and sets a benchmark. That'll be interesting.
Jesus. Is it a Pista Spider or a Pista?
Yeah. Hopefully that's Spider.
If that's a regular Pista, good lord.
That's probably a regular Pista. If it was a Spider, it'd be more than that.
Really?
No, the Spiders aren't having the same markup like the Speciale Apertas.
Yeah.
They're at least they're not being as aggressive yet.
Hmm.
That might come though.
Spider.
Right.
I wonder how many Pista Spiders they made, because I know they only made 499 458
Apertas.
Apertas. Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't hear about this 48.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure he knew they were bad when he bought them.
Who's TJ Hunt?
He's a kid YouTuber. This was like a year ago or 6 months ago. I don't know time anymore.
Pista Spider wasn't. Pista
It's
Spider
just been a
wasn't
blur.
a numbered car.
Yeah. He bought it. He like drove it like an asshole and was like, "Oh, it's smoking. Like turbo's bad." I was like, "Yeah, you knew this when you bought it. Like, there's no way a Ferrari dealer didn't disclose that."
Hmm.
Engagement.
Yeah, he bought it for cheap without them fixing it. There's no way.
They are known to go out sometimes, but it's not like they just go out all of them. It's not like 100% failure rate or something. Because we've seen 48s with like, we saw one just the other week that had like 85,000 miles on it. So, I mean, I feel like they're pretty generally robust if you're not beating the snot out of them.
Yeah.
So
There's something like they have ceramic spindles or something in them. I don't know. There's something ceramic inside the turbo that fails, but
I can see that.
it's only if you like modify the car or do something stupid to it.
Yeah, we've heard if you like really overboost them, they can put a lot of strain on them.
Which only makes sense.
Yeah. Oh, dude, 222 is too low. That thing's gonna be leaking for sure.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I feel like you got to drive at least 3,000 to 5,000 miles a year to keep them from drying up. That's at least what I would do. If you aren't driving that much, why do you own the car?
There's
Stare
that
at
too.
it.
Build a model instead.
We all agree price fail. Dude, don't get me started about all the Porsche failures we hear about. Dude. How many? Let's see here. All of the engines in all of the GT3s from 2015. Has there been a Ferrari recall where they literally had to replace every single engine on every single car of a specific model?
Did someone say IMS?
There it is.
Yep.
Oh, there we go.
Someone did.
Any free 2009 Porsche? Yeah. Coolant line pinning. I mean,
Yeah.
Listen, I'm a fan.
Everything mechanical fails.
I'm a fan, but let's be realistic about things.
yeah. When people have low mile cars, if it's, I mean, even when it's in a climate controlled garage, not running, still not going to help. Oh yeah, bore scoring. Yeah,
I had a 997 C4S that had bore scoring.
Ooh.
It's stupid.
What are the symptoms of that? Like,
Smoke out of the exhaust.
okay. Makes sense. Yeah, oil gets past the rings. Yeah.
That's nice. At least it's obvious.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially on a cold start, it would smoke out.
Mm,
Oh, I bet. Yeah.
yeah. What was it? There was something that is going on with the newer Porsches too now. What was that?
Something with like the follower on the 991 cars.
And like, what's with all the GT4s? Something about like the variators or something are failing and causing the engines to grenade.
Jesus.
Well, only our friends have that luck, apparently.
Well, dude, no, we've heard that's like three
Oh,
or four
yeah.
people that we know.
No, they used aluminum bolts on the variators. So
That's it.
They
That's
snap.
Aluminum cam bolts.
Yep. So there's companies out there. There's a reel John just shared recently of like dudes that are making titanium bolts. That
Can you put studs instead, or you got to use bolts?
I think it looked like it had to be bolts.
Okay, there might not be room for studs.
Is
I
it
feel like
something
that-
you can hot swap? Like, do you have to take the whole motor apart, or can you do it without doing too much effort if you just replace them before they fail?
I think if you do them before they fail, it's pretty easy.
it seems like maybe you just pull the valve cover gaskets or the valve
Yeah.
covers and just do one at a time.
Yep.
And then that way you don't even have to retime it or anything.
Well, I think it's actually the variator. So it's the 4 bolts that hold the variator.
That's what it was. Okay.
Yeah.
It's the
So-
variators on the cams.
Yeah. So it's fairly simple as long as you can get to the parts. I don't know if you have to drop the engine for that or not.
Probably. I mean, it's Porsche. You got to drop the engine for everything.
Probably.
Timing covers. Oh, I didn't know that was the thing. Or you're saying you got to remove the timing covers.
Hmm.
So that means if you're removing time covers, you're 100% dropping the engine because you're going to pull off the front of the engine.
Yep.
Yeah.
So-
Anyway, I just get people are Porsches are so reliable. It's like, dude, they have shit too. Like
Yeah.
all these, every car has crap unless it's Toyota. I mean, it's pretty
No,
hard to
'cause-
like.
No, because
Yeah.
they're the ones that have recalled mass engines recently too. So
Oh, that's right. They finally got complacent, and
Yep.
that's right.
So they're no longer that S tier.
Yeah,
They have
Well,
those-
that recall was interesting because it wasn't actually for a defect with the engine itself. It was for metal that had been left in the engine.
yeah.
Yeah.
It was a manufacturing defect, not a not a part
Whoopsie.
defect or whatever.
Right.
Yeah, I was just about to say the format throttle pedal issue they had back
Oh,
in the
Yeah, the Ford Explorers.
early 2000s.
Mm-hmm.
Well, in the like Priuses and stuff. Remember
Yep,
The
yep.
in the Lexus?
Yeah,
Yeah,
remember
and-
the guy who called 911 while his car was speeding down the highway. He didn't have the wherewithal to turn the engine off or put it in neutral or.
All that stuff that was happening that time was like, I get it if you're like stressed and freaked out,
yeah, that's true.
but still, like,
He was a
there's
police.
ways to overpower this
I
shit.
mean, look, I had a 458 that had the throttle pedal potentiometer brake, and the engine would rev out of control, and I shut it off before it even hit the rev limiter.
Press the brakes. Who would have thought of pressing the brakes in a situation like that?
Whoa,
It's too much to ask.
that is a challenge. Actually,
Yeah.
you know what's my favorite are the videos of the people who like do something, they panic, and then they jam on the accelerator thinking it's the brakes, and they just stay on it for
Yep.
like 30 seconds, and you're like, how dumb are you?
They're already in the lobby of the building, and then they go on back to the back offices. You know.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's a video recently going all the way through the building because she still didn't. She's pressing harder. It's not
Oh,
stopping.
man. There are so many people that just should not be allowed to drive.
Yeah.
Ugh. God, I could go on and on about. Ugh. That could be an entire lengthy video of like common things you see and why this person should not have a license.
Yeah.
Like when you're on the highway and you have cruise control set, so you're going the exact same speed, and someone passes you, moves over, and then slows down.
Oh, I know.
But you're still going the same speed. So you just move over and pass them again,
Yeah,
and then move
leapfrog.
over because I'm not an asshole sitting in the left lane. I'm going to move to the right lane, and then they speed up and pass you again, and then they move over and slow down again. And it's just like, we're gonna play leapfrog now. Okay,
Yep, I hate that.
It's called the dance.
the
That's
dance.
Yeah.
I had a lady yesterday, like on Mopac. She was in the leftmost lane, and to get over, no one around her, by the way, no one in the right lane, slams on the brakes,
Oh,
doing 90, just so she could change lanes.
oh yeah.
What are you doing? Like, just change lanes.
Yeah. No, the people who like they can only do one thing at a time, so they must.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I better slow down because I'm going to do something else.
It's ridiculous.
Oh yeah, I still have the Fox body.
Yes.
I honestly, the flood kind of ruined all of that plan. If someone wants to buy it from me, I'll sell it for cheap. I have no motivation to do that anytime in the next probably year.
Mhm. Fair.
It's just like, I don't have time for it. I wish I did.
Shell's fine, right?
Yeah, I mean, it got water in it, but I mean, it literally started up like first crank with a blown head gasket. It still starts right up.
Could you provide a title that says it's a Malibu? Yeah, we can make that happen.
I want to say it's an 87.
Mark, you don't want this one.
Why?
You
Hey,
don't want this one, man.
I'm trying to sell my car, damn it.
Email sales at
Yeah. It's a turd. It's a project car. If you want a drag car, this is a good shell. That's the only reason you'd buy this thing. Is to turn into like a drag car, which is what I wanted to do.
Drop the 360s motor in it.
No, the engine's probably still good. Sure.
you want to spend the $700?
Post-purchase inspection.
Actually, yeah, a post-purchase. You know what? We should do a compression test just for shits and giggles on it.
It's probably fine. I think your turbo's just bad.
From what I read, that engine, it's the head gasket.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But dude, you can change out the head gasket in probably like 2 hours. It's I think it's a single overhead cam. Like just rip it off, throw in a new one. Although there is oil leaking out of the turbo too.
Oh.
And there's oil leaking out of a lot of places.
Every other hole the car has.
Yeah.
It already needs a bigger turbo, so that's no problem.
That's true.
Just spray bomb another layer on it. You don't need a PPF.
There you go.
Actually, you
Have
know
you
what's
guys
hilarious?
seen the new PPF that is spray-on PPF now?
Oh, that seems like
Like Plasti Dip for PPF.
It's like Plasti Dip, but it's clear and it looks really good. Like when it's done right, the finish is pretty good.
Dang.
How's it
interesting.
bring?
So it'll enable them to do huge panels and get all the corners and everything without a problem once that gets perfected.
No
That'd
kidding.
be cool.
Yeah.
Wonder how strong it
And
is.
it'll theoretically peel off, when you don't want it anymore.
Theoretically.
Theoretically, yeah.
Mhm.
But
Yeah,
no,
that-
adhesives is probably safer for paint underneath. Right?
Maybe. I mean, there's still an adhesive layer to the spray.
Right.
True.
That's, but I don't know. But I do know they have some cool technologies coming where that you can color it, but you can basically color the PPF the same way you would do a paint. So like if you want, a certain shade of a color, they can make that any shade the PPF color.
Yeah.
Interesting.
That'd be cool.
That'd be cool.
I have no idea what would be currently a turd that's going to be awesome.
I think the Giulia Quadrifoglio is a cool chance to kind of
Greg has me convinced I want one too.
You're gonna see it, and you're gonna say for 30 grand in a 5K warranty. I mean,
Yep.
it's pretty incredible.
The
I
warranty
like the
part is
warranty aspect of it.
yeah.
With
That
how much
makes it-
drive- I'm sure you're going to drive the hell out of it.
Yeah.
And if
Yeah.
it breaks, it's like, here you go, guys, fix it and give me a
How many-
loaner.
How many miles is the warranty?
85,000. You
Oh.
can go to 125,000.
Wow.
But I don't need that many.
Greg, what are we talking? 3, 5 grand?
So because the car I'm getting is a 23, I'm already in the factory warranty period, so it's cheaper for me. So it's only 5 grand for 8 years, 85,000 miles. If you buy like an older car that's out of warranty, the prices I've seen are about like 7 to 9K
Mm.
for similar type
Does
of.
that cover everything? Like, let's say the AC compressor went out, would it cover that?
Yeah, it's supposed to.
Okay.
Wow.
Corrosion.
It's a bumper to bumper.
It is a bump to bumper. There's a few exclusions, but there's really not too many. Just like a regular bumper to bumper has a few
Yeah.
carve outs. You know,
Yeah, like it's not going to do brake pads and tires.
Yeah.
yeah,
Well,
consumer
yeah.
excluded. It'll cover paint, but I think it's the same type of like corrosion, has to perforate the paint type of
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
But I mean, the only reason I ever thought about it is when I had my Viper ACR. When I bought that car, I bought the same warranty. And so I was just kind of sitting there where I don't know where I came across one, maybe on like Bring a Trailer. I was like, God, 30 grand for a quad just seems like such a crazy deal. And then I was like, wait, it's a FCA car. Can I buy the warranty? And then I went on the thing and I was like, yes, you can. I was like, oh my God, that's amazing.
Well, to be fair, this is not maintenance. This is just stuff breaking.
Yeah. This is
'Cause,
just
I mean,
alpha.
Yeah, this is an alpha. It's just gonna be shit. Like 100% chance that the screen for your infotainment will probably go out, and you'll probably have like some weird electrical shit fail. And
I mean,
Yeah.
the funny thing is that the 2017 cars supposedly had some issues, but they supposedly really worked on their quality. And most of the reviews you see don't really have too many issues the later the car is. That's not to say there's not a few common things. Like the car that I bought, right, obviously has this electrical thing. So there's a service bulletin, and then they didn't use AGM batteries, right? So it's like
Yeah.
why they didn't use an AGM battery, and it causes all these issues. You know, who knows?
Yep.
Weird.
So this is funny and not surprising at all.
that took all of 2 months.
I can't believe the government went through all that hassle for that and made it harder. And the plates, you could literally like make a copy of it and glue it on there, and nobody would know any better.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
nothing.
the hilarious thing is now, because none of the cops know what the hell the plate is, like they're just gonna be like, okay, whatever, go. You
Yeah,
know?
because we asked the cops that come to the shop, we're like, hey, did they train you guys on the new plates or anything? And they were like, had no idea what was
they're
happening.
like, what new plates? What are you talking about?
Oh no.
We're like, okay, well,
What are all the colors? There's like 3 colors, right?
yeah, green,
Well, there's-
blue.
There's a blue. The light blue is like a temp tag. So basically, that's the equivalent of like us putting a paper tag on a car to go test drive it or whatever.
Okay.
And then there's green, which is an out-of-state buyer. And then there's like a reddish color, red-pink color. That's like that's if you buy a car and have a custom plate. That's like your holding plate that you put on your car or whatever. And then the buyer's tags are.
What a joke.
Oh no, if it's a Texas buyer, we just put their actual plates on the car.
Okay.
Yeah,
We have those. We have to keep those in stock now.
And then there's some that say dealers. Do you have
Yeah.
new dealer plates? Or?
No, the dealer ones are the same.
Oh,
well,
okay.
yeah, they
Yeah.
give us new ones.
They
But
supply
there's
you
dealer
with-
temps also though.
Oh, okay. Dealer. Yeah. Okay. Dealer temps.
So now there's like where we have dealer tags that are you can slap on a vehicle and drive the vehicle around for like test drives or whatever.
Yeah, those are the light blue ones.
Okay.
Yeah, the light
yeah.
blue one. And like
That's
all of
crazy.
them start with DLR and then some numbers.
Are they
Yeah,
supplying?
and they're all like, huh?
I'm sorry, I stepped over the last 4 people. Are they supplying these to you, or do you have to pay for them?
They supply them to us, but we actually pay for them once a car is sold.
Sure. Right. Yeah.
And
I just
and
did
the
that
temp
up
tags
front.
were like $10 a piece or something. They're not that expensive.
Yeah, they let us choose how many we wanted.
Gotcha.
Oh hell yeah, I got the Dan warranty.
That should be the license plate, just Max with 3 X's.
Oh, but then I have to
That-
register it.
Yeah.
That car's going to have the Harbor Freight cheapest tool set in the trunk warranty.
Oh yes, 100%. No, it is 100% bringing tools. I honestly, I haven't. Newer Ferraris don't have that many electrical issues.
I haven't really heard of anything crazy going on.
The old stuff, like the old 308s and Testarossas, had awful electrical issues, but
I mean, don't ask Draco. He had some electrical issues with the SF90s. So
Fred
I
had
mean,
problems with his F8 too
that's true.
that they couldn't figure out for a long time.
That's true.
If you don't keep them on a tender,
Yeah, it's all about good battery, but that's true of my wife when she bought her last Mini, it had some weird electrical fault 2 months after we got it, and it was because they didn't tighten the ground wire enough,
Yeah.
and and it caused it to go into limp mode and all sorts of shit. So I just modern cars, if they don't have good voltage, don't run very well.
Yep.
Well, 1 minute away. That was fun.
Yeah.
Good conversation this week. Lots of good questions, lots of various topics. I'm digging it. I'm going to apologize. This week's video is shorter than the most recent day in the life videos because we've been so busy. I keep forgetting to film during the day, and then next thing you know, I look down. It's 5:30, 6 o'clock. I'm like, oh shit, I didn't film anything today.
Just mix in some of your security camera footage, just random footage as segment breaks.
It's oh, here you
It's
go.
not a bad idea.
Yeah.
It's a lot of effort to pull that footage off, though.
Yeah,
and
it's a pain
edit
in the
that.
ass.
yep.
do
When's,
random, just random B-roll of things completely unrelated to what's going on. Just B-roll break,
Yeah.
and a stream, some birds,
Adult Swim it.
Armadillo escaping.
Adult
Yeah.
Swim style. Yeah.
Yeah, just randomness. Okay.
When's drywall done?
They're done
So-
with the drywall. They painted. They did
Oh.
paint it today.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Did they paint all of it?
Just the
Just the-
kitchen.
Just the kitchen.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they
Cool.
drywall texture is done. The tiles 85% done. Of course, one of our cabinets, the only one that's a different size than all the others, got damaged in shipping.
Of course.
And
So
so
now we have to wait a week for another one.
it's of course.
Yeah. Of course.
But otherwise they probably would have been done tomorrow if that would have come in. But so they won't be done until next week.
So you can't see the office from the toilet anymore?
Yeah. Two separate
No, the
rooms now.
drywall's up.
Yeah, you can poop in peace.
No,
Yeah.
you can't because the toilet's not installed yet.
Ah, okay.
Well.
I had to go home today at 3:00. I was sitting there and I'm like, oh, yep, I gotta poop. Well, I guess I'm going home.
You got a big trench up back. Come on.
I am not
True.
taking a dump in nature like that.
Well,
Although I have to say, so we have to pee outside right now. So every time I pee in the exact same, very close to the neighbor's property corner. And make sure it goes,
Yep.
You know what yeah, you get the idea.
I love it.
Pay my respects.
All right.
Well, anyway, appreciate everyone for coming. Thank you as always. Yeah, that's all I got. It's busy. So, all right, we'll see you guys next week.
Later.
Thanks, y'all.